Okay, okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. How are you? Good morning. And today I want to do some bonsai care, some maintenance. I've been quite busy with a new job role that I'm involved right now, and I hadn't had many occasions. I had very little time to take care of my trees properly and to make videos. I'm taking care of them, but the time for making videos was dramatically cut for now. Hope I can recover from this. And today I want to take care of a few trees and walk you through what I'm doing here. Feel free to ask any question. I hope that YouTube shows me the comments because I don't know what's happening with YouTube. I cannot watch into the camera because I need to watch the tree, so I cannot watch into the phone. But uh, I've got a little tablet here and I can see the comments. So let's get to work. Let's get to work. This is a bonsai in training, okay? It's a Ginkgo biloba and I've got some wires on it and I want to take out the wires. I don't think you can see very good. Let's close in. I've got some wires on it. I will not be pruning this tree. Yeah, you can see the wires. I will not be pruning this tree for now because this type of a tree, this Ginkgo biloba, is due for pruning next month because it's the best month to prune this type of tree. So let's get to work. Let's get the wires off the tree. Okay, using the pliers, I'm gonna get the wires off because they are already starting to bite into the bark. So I want to get them off, which is going to be a little bit challenging. Of course, I don't have all my tools here as usual. Let me see if I... Okay, so I've got my pliers because the wires started to bite into the bark and I need a little plier to get them off. Easy? So I'll bring in another tree right after this because I'm sure you cannot see what's going on here. I cannot, even I am struggling to see through the branches and the leaves. So putting wires on and taking them off is not quite my favorite thing to do in bonsai, but it must be done. So we'll finish right away with this tree. And get to some smaller ones that you will be able to see a lot better. I thought I was done, but I've got 2 more branches here. I've told you it's quite a challenge to see into these fully grown trees. But it's a thing that we need to take care of. So these wires, I put these wires a lot of time ago into this tree, but I wired the tree when it was in winter, when it didn't have the leaves on, so that was an easy thing to do. And now it's a hard thing to do, taking off all of these wires. But little by little, we're getting the job done. I've put quite some quite thick wires on this tree. I've used 2.5 millimeters and 3 millimeters wire, and that's good because I can leave them on for a longer time and I can take them off with ease. The 2 millimeter and the 1 millimeter wires are a big challenge to take off. So I'm done for now. Okay, I've told you I'm gonna prune this tree in June. Okay, it's the best time to prune Ginkgo bilobas. You cannot even see the structure anymore, but it's a very nice tree, and I promise I'll make a video when I will be pruning this tree. So let's put this tree aside for now and take care and get some other trees to take care of. So I think let's start with this cascade that I'm building. Let's start with this cascade that I'm building. It's a Chinese rose. So as you can see, okay, it's a cascade, and I have some wires on the cascading part. Okay, every tree that you see here today, I've done some operations on them. You can check out all of the videos on my channel. What I want to do, just to see better, I'm gonna make some of these leaves smaller so I can see better and you can see better what am I trying to do here. Okay, let's kind of tilt the camera like this. So I want to remove this wire. First of all, I've pruned this tree heavily and the results are amazing. Let's start by taking this wire off. I think it's done its job. Okay, the branch is is sitting the way I wanted it to sit put. So that means the wires have done their job. I'm just gonna be extra careful because of this very brittle wood that Chinese roses have. Okay, and just work my way up. And remove the wires. Alrighty. So, job done. This was a lot easier. It also had only one wire. Okay. Let's take a look at this cutting paste. I'm not gonna mess around with it. I'm just going to leave it there because it will fall out on its own. So this is done. This is very cute. I'm gonna let this cascading branch grow a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna cut it back shorter so I can get ramifications from it. So let's put this aside also and get our next tree. So our next tree is my Jeremiah Slick inspired Ficus microcarpa. Okay, this is also kind of a semi-cascade, but not quite. So let's zoom out a little bit here so you can see the tree better. The tree is still kind of tied to the pot, to the rock, because it's a root of a rock style. Okay, as you can see, and I just want it to flow like this and make kind of a combination between root of a rock, semi-cascade, kind of a windswept, but not quite. It will be very nice. So this being the lower branch, it's growing a lot slower than the upper branches. I've cut hard on the upper branches, so I didn't touch this so it can grow better and bigger, and it can gain a lot of mass and thicken up more than the upper branches. Okay, this is a problem we have in bonsai. The lower branches always will grow slower because the tree wants to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's always hard to get the tree in line, okay? Because we do not want it to grow tall. So what I have done here on the top part, let me see if you can. It's quite dark, but so I've pruned very heavy on the upper part, and I've got some ramifications. I need to keep this part very small. I don't want the tree to grow bigger than this, and by pruning a lot, I've got new shoots all over the place. So next time I can prune it even closer and make this apex even tighter and control the tree so it doesn't grow very big. It's planted on a rock. You can also see the video on my channel with 2 or 3 operations that I did on this to get it to look like this until now. So I don't want the tree to be bigger. It's even right now it's too big, because you see this rock here, okay? It's not big enough, and the tree will look like it's not on a rock. It's just encounter a rock over the over its way and just trip over it. So the tree cannot be a lot bigger than this, but letting it grow and pruning it back will ensure I get a compacted tree. So enough being said, let's just take care of this wire. For now, I think I will only take off the wires from the branch below this lower branch. I did this operation about 3 weeks ago on this tree, so not a long time ago, but also I can see the wires are biting into the tree. It's pretty tricky for me to film it, to get my hand out of the way and also work on the tree. It's pretty tricky, so I will try to do my best so you can see what I'm doing, and also I don't damage the tree. So by taking the wires off of this lower branch, this branch will start almost okay, immediately to grow faster than the other ones that still have wires on them. Okay. This still needs to go lower, but I'm okay with it for now. So I think for now I'm super fine. I'm super okay. I'm very curious if I cut these wires that is holding the tree. Yeah, let's cut it off. Let's see what's happening here, because I can always put another one. Oh, things have happened. Things are good. Okay, it's still moving just a little bit away from the rock, but it's a lot better than the last time I've checked it. So yeah, this needs to go a little bit lower, but I can always get it lower from the pruning process. This, on the other hand, the next branch, I can also prune it off here and wire this new shoot so it can go that way. I'm gonna, prune it here, wire this, get it down, and that's how we'll get some better and better taper on this branch here. Because I've told you we need to compact and further compact this tree. Okay, but for now, I think we're very good on this tree. So let's put this tree aside also. I now just want to talk a little bit about this big and old, let's zoom out, Chinese rose. Okay, this is a Chinese rose. You have so if you didn't see the last operation that I did on this tree, Go check it out on the channel. So it's pretty old and thick. You can see it. It's got a big hole here, as you can see, but little by little it will close up. So what I did on this tree, and everybody hated it, okay? I got a lot of dislikes, and I cannot figure at that point I cannot figure it out why I've got so many dislikes on the video, because what I did, for those of you who didn't see what I did on this tree, well, I've done some pretty aggressive cutbacks. So the tree was very grown, very big, very big, and I've pruned it hard, very hard. So I didn't get why I got so disliked there, but now I understand it. So people don't like to see those hard prunings, those hard cuts, but this is how you do bonsai, and I'm explaining in that videos why you should do those very drastic cutbacks, because right now this is what I got. In just 1 month I've got all of this growth, very big growth, and I can now choose branches. I also, by pruning it hard, I've got a lot of new shoots to choose from, but not only that, I got the tree more compacted, the leaves will get smaller and smaller, and I can build first secondary branches, okay, closer to the trunk. Secondary branches must begin near the trunk, okay? So this is how you do that. You let it grow big and prune it down very hard, very aggressive. A lot of you don't like that. I cannot understand why, because this is how to build a bonsai. This is how you do bonsai. You cannot do bonsai by just working with what the tree offers you. You must build your own style. You must build new branches. You must construct a structure. You cannot only rely. So you buy a tree, it's got 2 branches. Oh, those are my 2 branches. No, they're not. They're not your final branches. That's for sure. So you need to let it grow and hard prune it. Let it grow and hard. Even if you're in the refinement stage, you will still be letting your, not that much to grow, but you will still letting your tree grow big, because you need to come in and really shock the tree, okay, so it can get ramified. That's the way to do bonsai, to do good bonsai. So I'm not going to do anything to this tree right now, because I want the tree to grow bigger, and then I will come in and prune it even shorter, okay? Even shorter. Don't be afraid to do this. This is how to do high quality bonsai. You know, the Japanese said once that the Europeans or the Americans will not ever do bonsai like Japanese folks do, because they are afraid to hard prune, and that's the secret to making good bonsai. So this being said, I'm gonna bring in a smaller tree. So let's put this aside and bring in something that I think I only once put it on film. It's this Blau Juniper. This is a very nice species, and it's a proper species for bonsai, because not every juniper is good for bonsai. Okay, so this is a very high quality Chinese juniper. Let me just tilt the camera. So it's got wires on it, big wires that I've let to bite pretty hard into the trunk, but this is by design, okay? So it's not even pretty hard, but I'm thinking of removing these wires to allow the tree to grow better and faster, because letting bonsai wires on your trees for a very long time, because I think they're on this tree for, I think I've put them on a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years. So yeah, and I explained to you why. it's it's just because I want them to leave scars and bite hard into the bark. So why do I want that? I want that because this is how to make this is how you make junipers. Okay, they get these very big scars, and when they grow they just close in over those scars from left to right, and you get your trunk to be thicker faster in this way. So I'm not even sure where to start, but let's start. This was a very straight little tree, and I've just went in with a lot of wires and bent the hell out of it. The smell is just amazing when you're working on your junipers. The smell it's just great. I also will not be pruning this right now. Maybe just clean it up a little bit. But after we manage to remove all the wires, if I can manage to do that. But I will. So if you want to get very good results, try to get them from the start. This was a pre-bonsai, a bonsai starter, okay? It has grown a lot. It has grown a lot. But of course, I want it to grow a lot more, because I cannot. I've got no use for a conifer that's this small. So first, ideal is to get the shape that you desire. Okay, let the tree grow, get the shape that you desire. I've lost the wire that I was working on. So just a second. It's pretty it stings. It stings me. Okay. So conifers are a lot of fun. That's what I'm trying to say. Conifers are a lot of fun because they're extremely flexible. They have an extremely flexible wood, and you can bend them in any way you can think of. But you must do the bending while they are very young, because after that you will not be able to bend them anymore. Okay? Whew, this is hard. This is hard because you have to see what I'm doing, and I'm just, my back hurts because I'm just sitting in a strange position. If you're not doing the bending while they're young, you cannot do it anymore. You can do it, but it's gonna be hard. You have to use very thick wires, and that's not great. It's hard to work with very big wires on small trees. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess here. What's the wire? Here it is. Okay. Whew. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. It's extremely. Oh, finally. I don't have any space to work. Whew. Alrighty. Let's continue. Ah, his things. It's very hard for me to work to grow coniferous trees. This particular tree, I'm keeping it always outside because I got a windowsill that I made outside, and it's always growing outside. And what I wanted to tell you is that this is the only species that works for me when we're talking about coniferous. Only the juniper, because they are highly resistant to heat and to dryness. So it's the only thing that I've got for now as a coniferous. Whew. Come on. This 3mm wire is very thick and very hard to work with when you don't have the space. Oh. Whew. Oh my god. This is very hard. Oh, come on. Oh, I think I managed to get one out. Yeah. Ah. Let's try to get the other one. And we're done. Almost done. And now, because let's take this off too. Whew. And now, I'm tired. And now, because we let the wires on for so long, let me, you see, they bite it quite hard into the tree, and you can see. Okay, but that's fine because it gives the tree character. They as the tree grows, as the trunk thickens up. Let's see if we can brush the trunk a little bit. As the tree grows larger, the branches grow thicker, they will join all of this together and make a nice, very nice, full of character tree. So I don't know about this. I think I will prune it off at some point. I don't even remember what the front of the tree is. but that's not an issue for now. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It's all over the place like this, you see. If I can get, let's prune it just a little bit to see what's going on inside. This inner branches don't get enough light, so it's fine for now. Take a look at this, what's going on here. I bent one branch over the other branch and made the lasso there, but yeah, we'll see in the future. We'll see in the future and further work on this more and more on this tree, little by little. At some point, of course, I'm gonna need to wire it again, so that will be interesting. That will be very, very interesting. So I'm gonna get rid of this here, like that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's kind of wobbly now that I've pruned it. I've took down the wires. It's kind of wobbly now, but it's well fixed into the ground, so I'm not worrying about that. Also now it will grow new shoots because it will feel that it's wobbly and start to grow new roots a lot faster, so it can hold on. So the trees feel this, okay? The trees feel that they are wobbly, and they will start to just let me clean it up a little bit here. I want to see what's going on. And they I think that's the reason for this tree, because it's in a spot for over a year now, and you can see here at the base it's kind of wobbly, and I don't understand why, but I think it's because it was the wires run through the pot and hold the tree very made the tree stable, so the tree feels that it's stable and will not produce thick roots to anchor the tree. And yeah, that's fine. It now should begin to put in some thicker roots to better hold on. But trees are pretty smart, you know. Trees are pretty smart. So for now, I think I'm a little done. I think I'm done with the wires. I don't see any more trees with wires on them here, and I think I'm done with the wires for now. Oh my god, this also this branch here, I'm letting it to further thicken, okay, the lower part. I'm letting it grow free to further thicken up the lower part of this tree, but I'm gonna remove it, of course, at some point, because it's just, and maybe I will get to propagate it. I don't know. It's quite hard with conifers. I don't have a lot of experience with conifers. But I told you I love this. I love the junipers. They're so resistant to heat, to cold, to moisture, to dryness. For me, the fact that I have a tree that's highly resistant to dryness and hot temperatures and hot sun, that helps me a lot, a lot. I don't know what I had in mind when I did this here, but I will see. I think I was looking for originality. So, what I want to do now is show you. Let's get this aside. I'm gonna put it outside. Okay, and what I want to do now, because I have here a bonsai starter. This is a Celtis. This is a Celtis. It's a very, very, very nice, nice tree for making bonsais. But it's pretty tall. But I'm not liking this, the yellowing of these leaves. So the tree looks good. It's got a little bit of a heat damage. This tree is not my tree. This tree is it belongs to a friend of mine. So what I want to do, because something's happening with it. It hasn't been that hot in the last few weeks. It's been quite cold, and I don't know what's happening here with this tree and why it's behaving like that. I've fertilized the tree. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I think it's because of the substrate. This was grown only outdoors, okay? What happens with and I think it's still in its first substrate, okay, from the when it was propagated from a cutting. And what I'm going to show you today is how this is a deciduous tree, okay, so we cannot repot it, but we can. But we can. So I'm gonna take a slightly bigger pot, still a plastic pot, and we're gonna do a slip pot. So the slip pot technique, it's a technique that allows you to repot trees, deciduous trees, coniferous trees. It allows you to repot them when they are not in the right time to be repotted. Yeah, the leaves have fallen off. Okay, fine. So we're gonna do a slip potting. Let me get everything that's necessary here at first. So let me get the pot. Okay, this pot is bigger, of course. You need a bigger pot to do a slip pot, to do this technique. So let's put this aside. I'm gonna need a chopstick, okay, wire cutters. I don't need the wire cutters anymore. Okay, and I think that's about it. So let me get the potting mix and show you how we can repot a tree when it's not the right time of the year to repot the tree. So I got just some normal mesh here. I've got some volcanic rocks here, big size, big particles, and I'm going to dress the bottom as usual with big size particles, so that the water can run freely and the oxygen will come in, the CO2 will go out. I'm coming in with my potting mix. It's quite dusty. That's not a problem. And now, what I'm going to do is break up this pot like this, just like this. Try not to damage any of the roots, okay? And try to take out the tree easy. And that was quite easy. Okay, this is my tree. I'm not gonna do anything to the roots, and just easily put it in and fill the gap with substrate. All the gaps, I'm gonna fill them in just like this. Okay. And now, just a little more on this side. Okay. And now, take my chopstick and arrange the new substrate in, the new potting mix in. Okay. Nice and quickly, and now the tree has more air coming to the roots, and it will be a lot healthier and happier. I told you when you're starting to propagate, when you're starting to get roots, when you're putting a cutting to be propagated, you're using perlite, you're using a lot of peat moss, okay, that's a very, very good substrate to propagate a plant. Very good substrate. But it's not good on the long run. It's not a good potting mix on the long run. So I've got now a high aerated substrate. I've got also, let me just take care of this stump here because it's bothering me. Okay. So it will be a lot happier. I've repotted the tree. I didn't work on the roots at all. So it's in a bigger pot. It's highly aerated. So let's put it aside. I will bring it to the showers to get all that dust out. It's not a problem. So what I want to do next? What do I want to do next? What I want to do next? Well, I want to make some noise. So, yeah. What I'm going to do now is take this coffee grinder and grind me some more organic fertilizer because I need to put a lot of fertilizer. It's the right time. The heat is coming in. You see, I've got just a little bit left, but I'm gonna bring in my Tamahi organic fertilizer and do some more fine fertilizer. So of course, let's make some noise. Oh, let's turn on the power first. Ah, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Put it in. Yeah, I'm good for now. I'm not gonna make any more noise for you today. So I'm good for now. Because I want to keep some big particles also. It's always good to have things to choose from. All right. Okay. So let me show you how I fertilize my trees using this. I also made a long clip at some point about this, but for those of you who hadn't seen the clip, I'm gonna just show you, and I think I'm gonna bring back. Let me just clean this up a little bit. And I think I'm gonna bring back the Juniper. Because I don't want to put fertilizer on this tree. It was quite cold. It was quite cold. That's why I didn't use so much organic fertilizer. When it's cold, the organic fertilizer doesn't do great. It's because it decomposes pretty hard. But now it's hot. Let's water the tree a little bit. Okay, and now I'm gonna take a teaspoon. I'm gonna take a teaspoon and I'm going to take some of this fertilizer and sprinkle it around just like this all over the place. Now I've got two options. I can leave it like this because it will get wet and it will stay at the surface. So if I want the fertilizer to be slow releasing, okay, if I want it to release itself slower, I can leave it like this. Okay, the moisture from the potting mix, the substrate, will get into the fertilizer and keep it there. It's sticky. But if I want the fertilizer to go faster, okay, what I like to do is just push it using water into the substrate, but that's all. Okay, I don't want it to, if I water the tree very heavy now, all that fertilizer will, okay, will run down and drain through the holes. I don't want that. I'm just watering a little bit, so you know it's getting inside, but it's not going all the way through. So I'm gonna leave it at least until tomorrow like this. So the sieves, this very fine this very fine fertilizer will cling on to the substrate inside the pot. Okay, so as you can see, the water hasn't run through the holes. So this is what I want. Okay, a part of it now is still here at the surface, but a lot of it has run into the pot. So by using this coffee grinder and grinding this fertilizer to a very fine state, okay, I'm getting the fertilizer to run, to activate a lot faster, and to consume itself, to synthesize itself a lot faster. And in this way the tree will get it faster, and also I can fertilize often. Okay, I can give it more, because it's the right time to fertilize heavily now, when it's getting hot. Okay, and you can use now in spring, within May, even in late spring. So before we get into June, okay, July, when it's it will be very hot. Now it's the time to fertilize heavy. Okay, I'm liking this tree. This will be a very nice tree. Now that I got the wires off, it will grow even faster. Okay, very healthy, very good. Now I've given it very high quality organic, fully organic fertilizer, and of course I'm gonna put it again outside. So next, what I want to show you next is quite a little a little funny tree. Okay, and this is it. This is a Ficus carica. Ficus carica. Okay, it's an edible fig tree. It's a ficus. Okay, you all know this type of tree. It's pretty ugly, okay, but it's got a thick base, a very thick base for its size. Look how tapered, how nice and tapered this is. But as you can see, I'm quite struggling with this tree, because I couldn't understand it at first. I could not understand this tree at first. So you cannot defoliate this tree, because it's very weird. Okay, it's very weird. So at some point I've defoliated this little guy. It was even smaller than back then, and what happened is, instead of getting a new branch, okay, from the bud here, okay, because at every base of every leaf there is a bud, okay, but instead of getting a branch to grow from there, I got only one leaf. So I've defoliated the tree. I pruned off, okay, one leaf like this, and from the butt here, I got another leaf. That was pretty funny. So also, what I'm thinking to do to this tree? Well, it's the right time to hard prune it. So my intention is to prune this right here, okay, to prune this right here and this about here, so I can get ramifications and get a compacted tree, okay. Also, I need to repot this tree, but I don't know if I'm going to do that today. You see it's in this pot for a year now. I'm very curious how the root system looks, but it's very hard to get it wet. So when I water it, the water just stays here. It doesn't go into the pot. It goes just so hard into the pot. So it needs repotting. But I don't like to repot a tree when I'm doing a hard prune on a tree. Okay? I just don't like to do that, because this is full of roots, and if I'm cutting it back very hard, I need those roots to push in energy and to give me new buds, a lot of ramifications. That's logical. If I repot the tree and do a hard prune on it, what will happen is the tree is gonna stay put for a long time, okay? Because it needs to recover the roots and it needs to recover the foliage, okay, the leaves. So I'm gonna do the hard pruning because we're in May. It's okay now. I'm gonna do the hard pruning and just repot it later on. Tropicals, you can repot tropicals at any time of the year. There's just you have to avoid repotting them when they're flush growing, okay. So when they're growing heavily, yeah, you should avoid repotting them. So very early in the spring or in the summer, just do it between flashes of growth. I'm not going to do the pruning now on this live. I think I'm gonna do it today, but I want to make at least a short out of this operation to upload it on my channel. So let's put this away for now, and I think I want to show you two of my nicer Portulacaria safra. You saw that I worked on these two little trees a while back, not so long ago. So this is one of them. It's quite cute. I think I'm gonna need to remove this branch here because I cannot see the main branch. Or just, you know what? Let's do it now. Let's do it now. I don't like this. I don't like this because I cannot see it's in the way of the bigger branch. I don't know, I can always, maybe I shouldn't cut it off. No, because I can always plant the tree. Yeah, because this is not correctly planted. But I had so few roots on this tree, I could not get it planted correctly in the pot, but it's still in early stage of development, so I'm not going to trouble my brain anymore with stuff like that for now. So I'm gonna put some fertilizer on this too. It's a little trickier with fully organic fertilizers on little jades like this, because I water them pretty rarely. Okay, don't water jades often. And the organic fertilizer needs to stay quite moist. That's the problem when you're putting fully organic fertilizer on little jades. But it's good. So I'm gonna push this a little more down the pot. Okay, let me get this aside and bring in the next one. This is a lot nicer. It's a lot nicer tree. As you can see. Okay. This also will need to be shifted in the pot, because this is going too much on the front, and it will need to go quite like this. Also, the branches are parallel to the lip, and that's not good. But also I didn't had a lot of roots on this when I've repotted it, when I've potted it into proper bonsai soil for the first time. So that's why I could not get it to listen to me. Let's put some organic on this too. Just here and there. On the other trees that I am keeping on the more on the wet side, it will be easier for this organic stuff to work better. Okay, because it will stay moist and it will work a lot better. So that's it for the organic part on this too. And I think we are quite done for today. So this is my cascade here. Yeah, I've got my Acer palmatum Japanese maple here. It's struggling because of the dry air. Okay, I've got this cuttings. I made some cuttings of ficus and some Chinese elm cuttings. Chinese elm, some Chinese rose. Okay, this is looking pretty nicely. This is the semi cascade. This is the Chinese rose, the older one. So this is the very nice Chinese rose. Okay, this needs to be pruned. This needs to be pruned, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm gonna let it grow for, I think, about 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe. Okay, the Maclura tricuspidata. This is still under construction, but it's a very nice tree. And this is my bonsai forest. Okay, this is my Ficus benjamina bonsai forest. Okay, there it's very nice, very cute. I will be pruning this, I think, next week, because it's very big and it's due to prune. Okay, another portulacaria there that's under construction somewhere. This will be very nice also. So I've got various types. This is a pomegranate, a dwarf pomegranate. They're under construction, and also there the freshly repotted Celtis and some cuttings of Chinese rose and a ficus, another Chinese rose. So this is about it for today. I've got more plants on the other balcony. This is not all of them, but we'll be making some videos about each and every one. Hope I get more time. So thank you very much, and we'll see each other next time. Bye bye.